Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Troy. We back with another video, man. Today we got something different, man. We got top 10 WWE injuries of 2025, man. Before I start the video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. The original link to the video will be in the description. WrestleMania.
Wrestling is a dangerous business.
I'm not talking about the pay-per-view. I'm talking about the name of the channel.
25 years ago, even when taking daily bumps on thumbtacks and
my GOAT John Cena has retired, bro. I will never be the same.
The art form means that wrestlers are trying
I'll never be the same, but I'm back in WWE though. WWE,
risky maneuvers
sign me, WWE. If y'all need somebody, sign me.
Even in WWE, where such spots are more reserved and protected, there's been no shortage
Kevin
of
Owens
wrestlers
and Cody
going
had a match
down with an injury. But here are the worst WWE injuries of 2025.
Let's see it.
Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Number 10, Kevin Owens and Piper Niven neck injury. Breakthroughs in advanced medical testing and the fact that Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Paige all returned after having been forced into retirement with life-threatening neck injuries should inject
Biggie
both
didn't come
Kevin
back,
Owens
though, bro.
and Piper Niven with optimism. Owens and Niven
Rest
are
in peace
both
to Biggie.
currently
Not
sidelined
rest in
with
peace,
potential
but,
career-ending neck problems. Kevin has been out of action since March's Elimination Chamber, and Piper having not wrestled since August.
Wait, Kevin Owens was at Saturday night main event though.
Of the Scotswoman, but on the contrary, Kevin Owens has been brutally honest about his ailment, having reportedly been dealing with niggling pain for about 5 months before he pulled out of WrestleMania.
Hold on, WrestleMania. He said he's been what?
41.
I'm watching you, buddy. I'm watching you close.
Deal on Cody Rhodes' What Do You Want to Talk About podcast. It's been such a frustrating process. We're letting my spinal cord heal as much as we can on its own before we go in for the surgery, because how extensive the surgery will be depends on how my spinal cord looks when we go in.
Even though WWE is not really fake.
Hopefully it's a normal neck fusion.
It
might not be.
It's a difference.
We don't know. I felt fine. My neck's been
fine. It's a difference between scripted and fake.
What you would expect somebody with a spinal cord injury to have. In the last week, for
some
reason, the symptoms all came in one shot. Every symptom you'd expect me to have, the pain in the neck, the stuff going down the arms, the legs not really responding, it's all been happening. So it's been pretty effing brutal. I can't wait for the surgery, and then to move forward, whatever that looks like, but it's been very frustrating. Kevin Owens has since undergone the surgery he alluded to.
He had the surgery?
No timetable has been set for his return
July
to the ring,
18th?
should he ever be permitted to do so.
I'm telling you now.
If all go well, we should expect
Kevin Owens is making a return at the Royal Rumble. Mark my words. Kevin Owens will probably be like, he'll come in at like 20. He'll be the 21st pick.
Back
I said pick. He'll be the 21st.
Number 9, Liv Morgan
entrance.
Dislocated shoulder. One of the few on this list to have made
Liv
a full
Morgan.
recovery is Liv Morgan, as she returned to WWE programming at Survivor Series.
Yo, Finn Balor needs a push.
Dominic Mysterio became a 2-time Intercontinental Champion.
I ain't gonna lie.
Low blowing John Cena. It was a celebration.
Yeah, Liv,
for
if I ever catch you, it's over. You don't do that to my GOAT like that.
But the injury that sidelined her couldn't have occurred at a worse time. On Raw's June 16th broadcast, Liv, who was wrestling Kairi Sane, was pulled down to the mat face first, outstretching her arms to soften the blow. Unfortunately for Morgan, this resulted in a dislocated
I remember this one. I remember this
as
episode.
soon as the match began, rendering her unable
I was
to
in this
continue.
room.
Most frustratingly for WWE, this scuppered all plans for their second Evolution event just a few weeks later. Their Liv and Judgment Day partner Raquel Rodriguez were going to reportedly defend their women's tag team championships against the Bella Twins. That didn't happen, obviously, and the entire card was set to be written from scratch as a result of Morgan going down.
Bria's going to come back?
Joining the Battle Royal lineup and the women's tag team titles being defended by Rodriguez.
So it's confirmed that Bria might come back. Like he's going to come back. AJ came back. Nikki came back. Bria has to come back.
And Zarya. Number 8,
Bria has to come back.
Sheamus, shoulder injury.
Oh, I remember this.
In professional wrestling will always run the risk of performers withdrawing due to injury, in turn throwing the entire bracket into disarray. Such was the case with WWE's Last Time Is Now tournament, as both Penta and Sheamus were forced to pull out on account of their shoulders becoming mangled. Sheamus was the first to go, being announced via social media as having picked up an undisclosed shoulder injury that resulted in the quarterfinal position being taken by The Miz. That presumably occurred during one of the Celtic Warriors' rigorous workouts. Secondly, and more prominently, however, was Penta, whose shoulder was messed up during
the hype for Penta has went down, or am I tripping?
The masked grappler descended onto Sikoa with a Hurricane Rana off the barricade, though he failed to secure the full rotation needed to complete the move safely and crashed down hard on his left shoulder. The errant fall has sidelined Penta ever since, throwing his Lucha Brothers reunion with brother Rey Fenix into doubt. Number 7, JD McDonough, broken rib and punctured lung.
Broken rib and... Okay, I did not see this. Broken rib and punctured lung is actually insane.
For pain, with such precarious spots, including him being caught coming off the top of the War Games cage with an RKO. But in January 2025, the Irishman realized that he had to reel himself in to avoid entering early retirement. Challenging the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships alongside Finn Balor, McDonough attempted an Asai moonsault into Ivar at ringside. Unfortunately, JD and Ivar were positioned on the side of the ring, where the announcer's table was placed. This resulted in the Irish Ace's head bashing right off the table, a most revolting visual. Though he somehow managed to finish the match, McDonough could be seen collapsing as he headed backstage, leaving many fearing the worst. A bruised rib and a punctured lung was diagnosed for JD, who missed WrestleMania 41 as a result. Number 6.
I don't know how I finished the match.
ACL, MCL, and meniscus.
I couldn't have finished that match,
really
bro.
Is time for
I'd be too weak
to retire the springboard missile dropkick. As majestic as it may look, it's left her on the injured list for over half a year, as an awkward landing when performing the move on Kairi Sane back.
Wait, I do remember this. I do remember this.
Tearing her ACL,
I do remember this.
MCL, and meniscus. Flying into Zayn, Zoe undershot her impressive coast-to-coast impersonation, coming down with all her weight onto her right leg, which buckled under the pressure.
Might not come back.
She was removed from the match immediately. In a gut-wrenching update
her career not gonna be
Instagram, she detailed a toll a stray dropkick has taken on her, which hits harder once you recall that this is the first instance of injury. And unfortunately, this isn't the only instance in 2025 of Zoe Stark's missile dropkick going away. Is number 5, Dakota Kai concussion. On the January 27th Raw, Dakota Kai's dreams of headlining WrestleMania were shattered when her head was almost knocked clean off her shoulders after taking Zoe Stark's inhumane missile dropkick. The spot, which occurred while Kai and Stark were tagging with Io Sky and Shayna Baszler respectively, was well structured. Shayna missed a clothesline as Dakota ducked, who then ran the ropes, leaped over the Queen of Spades, and instantly beheaded by an incoming Zoe Stark.
That was tough though, you can't lie, that was tough though.
WWE's concussion protocol, which resulted in Dakota Kai being taken off the road and thus missing the annual Women's Royal Rumble match. Number 4, Chad Gable, torn rotator cuff. Unable to catch a break, Chad Gable, who was masquerading on WWE programming at the time as the original El Grande Americano, supposedly, was shelved with a torn rotator cuff.
I didn't even know the Chad was gone.
Ludwig Kaiser having since donned the Americano mask, doing probably a better job than Gable did with the role. Written off television after taking an arm breaker from Penta, Gable would confirm that damage was done to his rotator cuff, though the injury didn't dampen his spirits. Instead, Chad made good use of his prolonged time away from the ring to spend quality time with his young family. Unfortunate circumstances, but you know what? I'm looking at the silver lining here. I got a little injury to my rotator cuff, but what it did do was buy me some time.
Like, you got real injuries in wrestling, bro. Like,
stuff like this.
Even though, like, people say it's fake, bro, it's scripted.
Now, in a positive update, Chad Gable is now nearing a return to action, though whether or not he returns as himself or as El Grande Americano is a question currently left unanswered. Although knowing WWE, it will culminate in a mask versus mask showdown at WrestleMania 42 after they milk the Spider-Man pointing meme as much as possible. Number 3, Rey Mysterio, torn groin and ruptured eardrum. Now, let's be fair, that's never a good time for a wrestler to go down with
Finn needs to get a belt, like a real title shot, bro.
Cruel.
He needs a real title shot.
For the legend Rey Mysterio, as a master of the 619 tore his groin and ruptured his eardrum on the final SmackDown to air ahead of WrestleMania 41.
The wrestler, all the wrestlers, the top 5 wrestlers that need to be pushed right now, today. Logan Paul is going to need a push in the future. I'm not going to lie. He is. Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, Finn Balor needs another push. And who can get a push? You could say Gunther, but Gunther's kind of already in that, like, kind of push thing though. He's already kind of going towards that. But for sure, they going for sure. They all gonna need it, bro. Gable and the especially Logan Paul.
Could be seen favoring
Logan Paul gonna need it, bro.
Phoenix and Lee celebrated their victory. The sudden injuries resulted in the Hall of Famer being replaced in his Mania match the following day by Phoenix, who was upset by Americano in an otherwise thrilling encounter. Rey Mysterio, who's no stranger to nagging injuries, was upbeat despite the most unfortunate of circumstances, and has now since
WWE. If you want to send me some tickets, front row tickets to WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 in 2026, I'll happily accept them. Just comment under this video, and
return to WWE program
get me in there
to give his son Dominic another telling off. Number 2, Seth Rollins' wing scapula. Now again, there's never a good time for a wrestler to go down with an injury. Seth Rollins knows this all too well, tearing his ACL in November 2015.
Oh, I remember that.
He had to relinquish the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and miss out on WrestleMania 32. And now
I forgot where I think I saw it on YouTube when it first happened.
He emerged from Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia with a winged scapula. In layman's terms, his shoulder blade was left protruding from where it should be. The injury is believed to be a result of the mighty coast-to-coast headbutt Rollins executed on Cody Rhodes during their Crown Jewel Championship match, the spot being one of the several uncanny moves used by Seth to get his victory over the American Nightmare. Rollins was ejected
on
from
TikTok.
the Vision 2 nights
No!
later and is currently expected to miss WrestleMania 42. However, should he recover in time, a match versus the X-Vision stablemate Braun.
The top 5 wrestlers that's going to need a push is Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, and give Finn Balor another chance. I was going to say Gunther, but Gunther is kind of already in that stage of being pushed right now. But those 5 for sure. Javon Evans, Finn Balor, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Carmelo Hayes. I need a push very soon. Very soon. Very soon.
Breaker would reportedly be the plan. Number 1, Bianca Belair, broken fingers. And whilst you may have read otherwise, it is
that was Bianca Belair's injury?
That Bianca Belair is broken, not just one. And the rehabilitation process has been a nightmare per the EST herself. The few pictures she has shared of the recovery digits makes for a chilling viewing if you're squeamish. Belair picked up the injury during her acclaimed WrestleMania 41 triple threat versus Rhea Ripley and the defending Women's World Champion Io Sky, and has been out of action ever since, with her latest appearance being as a guest referee for Jade Cargill and Naomi's No Holds Barred showdown at Evolution. Now, in more positive news, however, the Triple Crown champion was featured in a recent promotional advertisement for WrestleMania 42,
Jade versus Naomi
will be cleared for
versus Bianca
by the time April 18th and 19th roll
at
around.
Mania.
If it goes any smoother, a Royal Rumble return is more likely.
Or it's going to be Jade versus Bianca.
There you have it, folks. 10 of the worst WWE injuries of 2025. Be sure.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. WWE, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what's the salary of a Seth Rollins though, cause they need to be getting paid like NBA, NFL type money. Cause they really be risking their lives. They need $50 million deals. Honestly, bro, genuinely. And they got all the sponsors now, bro. Yes, they can get paid so much more money, bro. But if y'all like that video, hit that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. I will be reacting to more WWE videos in the future. The future is today, tomorrow, every day from now. WrestleMania. I need the WrestleMania vlog if I go to WrestleMania. But if y'all like the video, again, hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. Roll to 10K. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers as well, though. But I'll see y'all in the next video.